Hi, I'm Peter J. Ray. Welcome. Today's topic is the 1922 Cleveland Tate Stars Negro National League baseball season. Cleveland had Negro League baseball teams between 1922 and 1950. However, not continuously. There were breaks. There were 19 seasons in 28 years. And there were 11 different teams, including the Tate Stars, Browns, Elites, Hornets, Tigers, Cubs, Stars, Giants, Red Sox, Bears, and Buckeyes. Now, for this video and subsequent ones on Negro League teams, I'm reading some outstanding books. The first is A Complete History of the Negro Leagues, 1884 to 1955, by Mark Ribowski, 1995. And the second, Only the Ball Was White, A History of Legendary Black Players and All-Black Professional Teams, by Robert Peterson, 1970. The third, Integrating Cleveland Baseball, Media Activism, the Integration of the Cleveland Indians and the Demise of the Negro League Cleveland Buckeyes, by Stephanie M. Liscio. Fourth, the Biographical Encyclopedia of the Negro Baseball Leagues, by James A. Riley, 1994. And off the internet, a tremendous resource is seamheads.com, Negro Leagues database powered by the baseball gauge. Now, there were Negro teams going back to the 1880s. The first professional Negro team was the 1885 Cuban Giants, who dominated the early years of black baseball. However, there was no established league. The Negro teams would play against white teams. Fleet Walker, in 1884, was the last African American to play in big league baseball until Jackie Robinson with the Brooklyn Dodgers in 1947. So during those years, there were no African American players in pro baseball. In 1900, there were 5 professional black baseball teams: the genuine Cuban Giants, the Cuban Ex-Giants in New York City, the Red Stockings of Norfolk, Virginia, the Chicago Unions, and the Columbia Giants of Chicago. The star player at the beginning of the 20th century was John Henry Lloyd, who was called the Black Honus Wagner. And Wagner felt flattered to be compared to John Henry Lloyd. The Negro Leagues lasted from 1920 to 1950, and you could say they are on par. Experts say they were on par with AAA minor league baseball, although certainly many of the players had the ability to play Major League Baseball, but they were not allowed to, which was very tragic. So in 1922, the Cleveland Tate Stars competed in the Negro National League. They played at Tate Field in Cleveland and finished in 7th place with a record of 15-26-1, 13 and a half games out of first place, winning percentage of .366. The first place team was the Chicago American Giants, who were 37-24-1, winning percentage of .607. Second place, the Kansas City Monarchs, 47-31-2. Third place, the Indianapolis ABCs, 50-34-1. Fourth place, the Detroit Stars, 41-32-1. Fifth place, the St. Louis Stars, 26-35. Sixth place, the Pittsburgh Keystones, 14-23-2. Seventh place, the Cleveland Tate Stars, 15-26-1. And in 8th and last place, the Cuban Stars West. Now, the Tate Stars during 1922 had severe financial problems. They had, at one point, there were $20,000 in debt, and at the end of the season, the players were owed $1,000 in back pay. They also had 2 games against Major League Baseball teams and had a record of 0-2. Now, the Negro National League was established and lasted from 1920 to 1931, so it was around for 11 years. It was founded by Rube Foster, the owner and manager of the Chicago American Giants. It was established on February 13th, 1920 at the Kansas City YMCA. The new league was the first African American baseball league to achieve stability and last for more than one season. Rube Foster had been a talented pitcher and manager for the Chicago American Giants, and he ran the league till he was hospitalized with mental illness in 1926 and died in 1928. The Negro, and that meant the Negro National League was without a solid leader, and that led to their demise. So it was Rube Foster was really the driving force between this first established Negro Baseball League. In 1920, the first season of the Negro National League, the Chicago American Giants, who were Rube Foster's team, were the champions, and they repeated in 1921, the Chicago American Giants. Now, the 1922 Cleveland Tate Stars were owned by George Tate, who was a sports executive. He was also vice president of the Negro National League in 1922. The Tate Stars were an independent, non-affiliated team between 1919 and 1921. The offices for the Tate Stars were at 3734 Central Avenue in Cleveland. George Tate was a businessman. The team was plagued by financial problems. However, there was decent attendance. There was a $1,000 entry fee to join the Negro National League. Season tickets were $11 a seat, and family members could come in for free. There were 6,500 fans at an April game in 1922. George Tate was from Knoxville, Tennessee. He lived in Detroit, Michigan, and Oberlin, Ohio. And in 1922, he was only 32 years old. Now, the Tate Stars played at Tate Field, which is at East 55th, or was at East 55th, Woodland and Central Avenue. And Rube Foster said about Tate Field, quote, he called it, quote, one of the finest baseball stadiums owned by our people in the country. Now, the 1922 Cleveland Tate Stars were, the player manager was Candy Jim Taylor, who played third base and did some pitching. Taylor batted .236 with 37 hits and 157 at-bats, scored 25 runs. He had 9 doubles, 2 triples, a home run, 21 RBIs, 3 stolen bases in 47 games. His pitching record was 1-1 with an ERA of 5.28, 3 games, 2 starts, 15 1/3 innings pitched. Candy Jim Taylor was born in 1884 in Anderson, South Carolina. He died in 1948 at age 64 in Chicago, Illinois. He played or managed between 1904 and 1948 for many teams in the Negro Leagues, including the Birmingham Giants, the Leland Giants, St. Paul Colored Gophers, Chicago Giants, St. Louis Giants, West Baden Sprudes, Chicago American Giants, the Indianapolis ABCs, the Louisville White Sox, Royal Ponciana Team, the Bowsers ABCs, Dayton Marcos, Cleveland Tate Stars, Toledo Tigers, St. Louis Stars, the Cleveland Elites, the Detroit Stars, the Memphis Red Sox, the Richmond All-Stars, the Nashville Elite Giants, Columbus Elite Giants, Washington Elite Giants, Birmingham Black Barons, the Homestead Grays, and Baltimore Elite Giants. His 3 brothers also played Negro League Baseball. Their names were Ben, C.I., and Steel Arm. In 1916, with Indianapolis, his team, the Indianapolis ABCs, won the Black World Championship. Candy Jim Taylor was a disciplinarian and a master strategist. In 1928, he won a title with the St. Louis Stars. In 1933, because of the Depression and hard times with the Richmond All-Stars, he was forced to sell the team bus and send the players home. In 1943 and 1944, as manager of the Homestead Grays, he won 2 Negro League World Series both those years. He was buried in an unmarked grave for 54 years until the Negro League's Graves Marker Project had a headstone placed at his final resting place in 2004. Taylor was a good fielding infielder, a quick thinker. He mostly played third base, and he was a very successful manager. As a player, he won titles. He also won a title in 1909 with the St. Paul Gophers and in 1912 with the Chicago American Giants. Candy Jim Taylor. Now, the Tate Stars catcher in 1922 was John Barnes, who batted .184, 19 hits, and 103 at-bats. He scored 9 runs, had 5 doubles, a triple, 8 RBIs, a stolen base in 33 games. They called him Soup, Fat, and Tubby. Barnes was from Kentucky. He died in Cleveland Heights, Ohio, in 1972 at age 69. He played for the Cleveland Tate Stars, the Toledo Tigers, the Cleveland Browns, the Detroit Stars, and the St. Louis Stars, as well as the Indianapolis ABCs, the Cleveland Elite Giants, Cleveland Hornets, Cleveland Tigers, Memphis Red Sox, and between 1921 and 1928. As I mentioned, there was a Cleveland Browns, a Negro League baseball team. No connection to the Cleveland Browns football team. For his career, John Barnes batted .228 with 24 doubles, 6 triples, 3 RBIs, 3 home runs, 55 RBIs, 3 stolen bases in 116 games. And he played for 5 Cleveland teams. John Barnes. Robert Bonner was the Tate Stars' first baseman. He did a little catching. He batted .254 with 45 hits and 177 at-bats, scored 22 runs, 12 doubles, 3 triples, 3 home runs, 23 RBIs, 3 stolen bases in 48 games. Bonner was born in 1894 in Fayetteville, Tennessee. He played for the Cleveland Tate Stars, St. Louis Stars, the Cleveland Browns, the Cleveland Elites, and the Cleveland Elites and the Toledo Stars between 1921 and 1926. For his career, Bonner batted .246 with 119 hits and 484 at-bats, 19 doubles, 4 triples, 4 home runs, 39 RBIs, 9 stolen bases in 130 games. Robert Bonner. Claud Johnson was the Tate Stars' second baseman. Johnson batted .304, 56 hits and 184 at-bats, scored 28 runs, 9 doubles, 3 triples, 26 RBIs, 3 stolen bases in 48 games. Johnson was from Youngstown, Ohio. He died in Youngstown in 1965 at age 71. Claud Johnson played for the New York Lincoln Stars, the Cleveland Tate Stars, the Baltimore Black Sox, Harrisburg Giants, Detroit Stars, Birmingham Black Barons, and Memphis Red Sox between 1916 and 1930. He had a career average of .294 with 253 hits, 44 doubles, 10 triples, 5 home runs, 110 RBIs, 12 stolen bases in 231 games. Claud Johnson. Boots McLain was the shortstop for the Tate Stars. He was 5 foot 2 inches tall, one of the shortest players in the Negro National League. He hit .234 with 25 hits and 107 at-bats, scored 18 runs, 3 doubles, 4 triples, 11 RBIs, 3 stolen bases in 33 games. McLain was from Louisville, Kentucky. He died in Columbus, Ohio in 1985 at age 86. McLain played for the Indianapolis ABCs, the Dayton Marcos, Columbus Buckeyes, Cleveland Tate Stars, Detroit Stars, Toledo Tigers, and Cleveland Browns between 1920 and 1924. For his career, he batted .232 with 98 hits, 12 doubles, 7 triples, 4 home runs, 49 RBIs, 10 stolen bases in 117 games. Boots McLain. Wade Johnson was the left fielder. He also did some pitching. Johnston batted .263 with 41 hits and 156 at-bats, scored 19 runs, 7 doubles, 3 triples, a home run, 17 RBIs, 4 stolen bases in 42 games. As a pitcher, Johnston's record was 3-6, with an ERA of 4.26, 11 games, 10 starts, 3 complete games, and 61 1/3 innings pitched. Johnston was from Middleport, Ohio. He died in Steubenville, Ohio in 1978 at age 79. Johnston played for the Cleveland Tate Stars, Kansas City Monarchs, Baltimore Black Sox, Detroit Stars, and Indianapolis ABCs between 1921 and 1933. For his career, he hit .286, 41 hits, 411 hits, 60 doubles, 32 triples, 16 home runs, 176 RBIs, 33 stolen bases in 358 games. He's very fast and good base runner, fine hitter. He's very adept at the drag bunt and generally was the leadoff hitter. For the 1923 Kansas City Monarchs, he won a National League pennant, and he also won a title in 1925, again with Kansas City. Wade Johnston. Bobo Leonard was the center fielder. Leonard batted .243 with 35 hits and 144 at-bats, scored 23 runs, 5 doubles, a triple, a home run, 11 RBIs, 2 stolen bases in 39 games. Leonard did some pitching. He had no decisions and an ERA of 6.75. 4 games and 9 1/3 innings pitched. Leonard played for the Cleveland Tate Stars, Indianapolis ABCs, Chicago American Giants, the Cleveland Browns, the New York Lincoln Giants, Baltimore Black Sox, the Atlantic City Bacharach Giants, Homestead Grays, Toledo Tigers, Cleveland Elite Giants, Cleveland Hornets, Cleveland Tigers, and the Pennsylvania Redcaps of New York between 1921 and 1932. For his career, he batted .255, 156 hits, 23 doubles, 6 triples, 7 home runs, 58 RBIs, 9 stolen bases in 184 games. They called him James. He was a good hitter, fast on the bases, and he was a good fielder, had a fair arm. He hit .358 in 1924 with the Baltimore Black Sox. Bobo Leonard. Fritz Boyd was the right fielder. He also played some shortstop. Boyd batted .297, very good. 51 hits in 172 at-bats. Scored 22 runs, 8 doubles, 3 triples, a home run, 24 RBIs, 3 stolen bases in 45 games. Boyd was from Blockton, Alabama. He died in Cleveland, Ohio in 1923 at age 24. Played for the Cleveland Tate Stars and Chicago American Giants between 1920 and 1922. For his career, he hit .317, 99 hits, 17 doubles, 5 triples, 2 home runs, 52 RBIs, 4 stolen bases in 88 games, and he generally batted 5th in the batting order. Fred Boyd. Rube Henderson was a bench player. He played some right field, third base, and shortstop. Henderson batted .264 with 23 hits and 87 at-bats. Scored 11 runs, 3 doubles, a triple, 10 RBIs, 2 stolen bases in 28 games. Henderson was from Wilson County, Virginia. He died in Charlottesville, Virginia in 1978 at age 83, home of Thomas Jefferson in Monticello. Henderson played for the Chicago Giants, the Detroit Stars, and the Cleveland Tate Stars, the Madison Stars, and Toledo Tigers between 1920 and 1923. For his career, he hit .243 with 37 hits, 4 doubles, a triple, 13 RBIs, 2 stolen bases in 52 games. Rube Henderson. Mitchell Murray was a spare catcher. Murray batted .351. Wow, 26 hits and 74 at-bats. Scored 11 runs, 3 doubles, a triple, 11 RBIs in 28 games. Murray was from Wyoming, Ohio. He died in Dayton, Ohio in 1940 at age 44. He played for the Dayton Marcos, Indianapolis ABCs, the Cleveland Tate Stars, Toledo Tigers, the St. Louis Stars, and Chicago American Giants between 1919 and 1930. For his career, he hit .319 with 238 hits, 39 doubles, 6 triples, 16 home runs, 145 RBIs, 17 stolen bases in 257 games. Murray was a good defensive catcher with a fair arm. He was not a power hitter, but dangerous in the clutch. Mitchell Murray. Gerald Williams was a spare shortstop. They called him Matt. He batted .262 with 11 hits and 42 at-bats, scored 5 runs, 2 doubles, 2 triples, 2 RBIs in 11 games. Williams played for the Pittsburgh Keystones, Cleveland Tate Stars, Indianapolis ABCs, and New York Lincoln Giants between 1921 and 1924. For his career, he batted .279 with 221 hits, 36 doubles, 9 triples, 3 home runs, 94 RBIs, 27 stolen bases in 200 games. Gerard Matt Williams. Walter Kennedy played some left field. Also, he pitched and played some second base. Kennedy batted .386. Holy cow, 17 hits and 44 at-bats. He scored 6 runs, had 2 doubles, a triple, 4 RBIs, 3 stolen bases in 16 games. Kennedy's pitching record was 3-1 with an ERA of 2.50. 5 games, 3 starts, 2 complete games, and 36 innings pitched. Kennedy was from Norfolk, Virginia. He died in Fort Myers, Florida in 1981 at age 79. Kennedy played for the Cleveland Tate Stars, Harrisburg Giants, New York Lincoln Giants, Homestead Grays, the Hilldale Club, the Pittsburgh Crawfords, New York Black Yankees, Chicago American Giants, Indianapolis Clowns, the New York Cubans, the Columbus Buckeyes, Dayton Marcos, Hilldale Daisies, Brooklyn Royal Giants, and Philadelphia Stars between 1921 and 1945. Wow. For his career, he hit .321 with 666 hits, 120 doubles, 33 triples, 40 home runs, 431 RBIs, 71 stolen bases in 568 games. What a career Walter Canady had. He played any position well. He was a good fielder and a good hitter. He was a bad ball hitter. He could hit balls out of the strike zone. However, he was quiet and moody. He was a 1938 All-Star. He had a 25-year career and played every position except catcher. He also had a stint as a manager. Walter Canady. Willie Gray played some center field. Gray batted .179 with 5 hits and 28 at-bats. He scored 6 runs, had a double and RBI, 3 stolen bases in 7 games. Gray played for the Dayton Marcos, Pittsburgh Keystones, Cleveland Tate Stars, Homestead Grays, New York Lincoln Giants, the Newark Browns, and the Brooklyn Royal Giants, and the Pennsylvania Redcaps of New York. From 1920 to 1937, for his career, he hit .263 with 125 hits, 22 doubles, 8 triples, 2 home runs, 59 RBIs, and 18 stolen bases in 126 games. He was considered a fleet center fielder. He could run. Willie Gray. Eugene Red played some third base. He batted .231 with 3 hits and 13 at-bats in 5 games. Red was from Kansas City, Missouri. He died in Kansas City in 1955 at age 55. He played for the Cleveland Tate Stars, the Kansas City Monarchs, Milwaukee Bears, Pittsburgh Keystones, and New Orleans Orient Stars between 1922 and 1923. He had a career average of .275 with 25 hits, 4 doubles, 9 RBIs in 26 games. Eugene Red. Harry Jeffries played some shortstop and third base. He had 2 hits and 4 at-bats for a batting average of .500. 1 RBI in 1 game. They called him Frank or Little Jeff. Jeffries played for the Chicago Giants, the Cleveland Tate Stars, Chicago American Giants, the Detroit Stars, the Washington Potomacs, the Cleveland Browns, Baltimore Black Sox, Cleveland Tigers, the Hilldale Club, the Newark Browns, Philadelphia Bacharachs, the New York Black Yankees, the Brooklyn Royal Giants, the Harrisburg Giants, the Chicago Columbia Giants, the Newark Browns, the Hilldale Daisies, the Newark Dodgers, Atlantic City Bacharach Giants, the Knoxville Giants, and the Baltimore Panthers between 1919 and 1937. Wow. For his career, he hit .253 with 261 hits, 33 doubles, 7 triples, 3 home runs, 90 RBIs, 15 stolen bases in 297 games. Harry Jeffries. There was a guy named Johnston, don't have his first name. He batted once, did not have a hit in 1 game, and he just played for the Cleveland Tate Stars in 1922. A guy named Johnson. There was another guy named Heath. Again, I think that's his last name, no first name. He did not bat. He walked and did not have an official at bat. He scored a run in 1 game. Heath played for the French Lick Plutos, the Louisville White Sox, the Jewels ABCs of Indianapolis, and the Cleveland Tate Stars between 1914 and 1922. For his career, he hit .390, 16 hits and 41 at-bats, 3 stolen bases in 15 games. A man named Heath. Now the pitching staff, the ace pitcher was Slim Branham, who batted .185 with 10 hits and 54 at-bats. He scored 6 runs, had a double, 6 RBIs in 26 games. His pitching record was 5-10, with an ERA of 4.46, 26 games, 15 starts, 9 complete games, and a save, and 143 1/3 innings pitched. They called him Finest Branham, Legs, Iron Man, and Rasacielos. Branham was from Castellian Springs, Tennessee. He died in Cleveland, Ohio in 1957 at age 56 and is buried in Woodlawn Cemetery in Cleveland. Played for the Dayton Marcos, Cleveland Tate Stars, the Santa Clara team, the Chicago American Giants, and the Harrisburg Giants. Also the St. Louis Stars and Detroit Stars between 1917 and 1926. For his career, his pitching record was 26-32 with an ERA of 4.56, 227 strikeouts in 98 games, 30 complete games, a shutout, and 2 saves. As a hitter for his career, he batted .272 with 569 hits, 57 doubles, 18 triples, 8 home runs, and 53 stolen bases. Slim Branham. Joe Strong was another pitcher. Strong had five hits in 17 at-bats. He scored 3 runs, 3 doubles, 4 RBIs in 12 games. His pitching record was 1-3, with an ERA of 6.43. 11 games, 6 starts, 3 complete games, and 49 innings pitched. Strong was from Jackson, Kentucky. He died in Middletown, Ohio in 1986 at age 84. He played for the Cleveland Tate Stars, Milwaukee Bears, Chicago American Giants, the Baltimore Black Sox, Hilldale Club, the Homestead Grays, and the Pittsburgh Crawfords between 1922 and 1937. His career record as a pitcher was 46-50, with an ERA of 4.40, 154 games, 108 starts, 60 complete games, and 5 shutouts and 6 saves, and 344 strikeouts. As a hitter in his career, Strong batted .272 with 142 hits, 25 doubles, 4 triples, 8 home runs, and 74 RBIs, and 4 stolen bases in 231 games. Joe Strong. Curtis Ricks was another pitcher who played some first base. He batted .071 with 1 hit and 14 at-bats. He scored a run in 8 games. His pitching record was 1-0 with an ERA of 3.60. 3 games, 2 starts, a complete game, and 20 innings pitched. Ricks was born in 1894 in St. Louis, Missouri. He played for the Cleveland Tate Stars, Chicago American Giants, the Cleveland Browns, the Indianapolis ABCs, the Dayton Marcos, and the Harrisburg Giants between 1921 and 1926. A career average of .252 with 26 hits and 103 at-bats, a double, a triple, 5 RBIs, 3 stolen bases in 33 games. As a pitcher, his pitching record was 1-0 with an ERA of 4.87, 4 games, 2 starts, and a complete game. Curtis Ricks. Bob McClure was another pitcher. McClure batted .143 with 1 hit and 7 at-bats. He scored a run, walked 3 times in 7 games. His pitching record was 3-1 with an ERA of 4.71. 7 games, 3 starts, a complete game, and 28 2/3 innings pitched. McClure was from Egypt, Texas. He died in 1931. He played for the He died in 1931 in Baltimore, Maryland at age 40. He played for the Indianapolis ABCs, the Cleveland Tate Stars, the Baltimore Black Sox, and the Brooklyn Royal Giants, the San Antonio Black Aces, Toledo Tigers, and the Atlantic City Bacharach Giants between 1920 and 1930. For his career, his pitching record was 47-42, ERA of 3.77, 140 games, 82 starts, 46 complete games, 4 shutouts, and 1 save and 349 strikeouts. For his career, McClure hit .158 with 45 hits and 284 at-bats, 4 doubles, 15 RBIs, and 144 games. In 1931, he was set to play for the Bacharachs, but died of pneumonia. Bob McClure. Bill McCall was another pitcher. McCall batted .222 with 2 hits and 9 at-bats. He scored a run, had an RBI in 5 games. His pitching record was 1-3 with an ERA of 6.57. 5 games, 3 starts, 1 complete game, and 24 2/3 innings pitched. In his career, McCall batted .221 with 41 hits and 185 at-bats, 6 doubles, a triple, 11 RBIs, a stolen base in 93 games. He played for the Pittsburgh Keystones, Cleveland Tate Stars, Birmingham Black Barons, Kansas City Monarchs, and Chicago American Giants, and Indianapolis ABCs, and Detroit Stars, and also the Toledo Tigers and the Cleveland Tigers between 1922 and 1931. For his career as a pitcher, he was 26-41 with an ERA of 4.72 and 305 strikeouts. He had good speed but control problems. Bill McCall. Eugene Keaton was another pitcher. Keaton batted .125 with 1 hit and 8 at-bats. He scored a run, had a double, and RBI in 6 games. His pitching record was 0-3 with an ERA of 7.29, 6 games, 3 starts, and 21 innings pitched. He was born in 1896 in Hazelby, Kentucky. He went to Kentucky State College. Keaton played for the Cleveland Tate Stars, the Madison Stars, the Dayton Marcos, and the Indianapolis ABCs between 1921 and 1926. Eugene Keaton. Now there's a player named Chotman, no first name. He batted once, did not have a hit in 1 game. Yeah, his pitching record, he had no decisions and an ERA of 9.00, 2 games, 1 start, and 11 innings pitched. And his career was just with the Cleveland Tate Stars in 1922. A guy named Chapman. There's a player named Howard. I'm not sure if that's his first or last name. He was a shortstop, third baseman, and pitcher. He got in 1 game, did not bat, he had no decisions as a pitcher and an ERA of 6.75. 4 games and 9 1/3 innings pitched. Howard played for the Detroit Marcos, Detroit Stars, Cleveland Tate Stars, Indianapolis ABCs, the Memphis Red Sox, the New York Lincoln Giants, and the Cleveland Hornets between 1921 and 1927. For his career, he hit .224 with 11 hits and 49 at-bats, 2 doubles, a triple, 5 RBIs in 21 games. His pitching record was 0-3 with an ERA of 6.75, 7 games, 3 starts, and 17 1/3 innings pitched. Now, for 1922, the Chicago American Giants were the champions that year. Now, in the league, the top hitter was Oscar Charleston, and the top pitcher was Jim Jeffries. So that's the story of the 1922 Cleveland Tate Stars, Cleveland's first year of Negro League baseball. God bless everyone, all the guys who played for the Cleveland Tate Stars in 1922, and everyone else associated with the team, including the fans, especially the Civil War veterans, Spanish-American War veterans, and the First World War veterans. Captains of the Cuyahoga, lovers of Lake Erie, Terminal Tower Power, fans of the Free Stamp statue and the Fountain of Eternal Life, Severance Hall stalwarts, First Energy Stadium friends, Progressive Field pals, Quicken Loans Arena enthusiasts, Euclid Avenue electricity, Tribe, Browns, Cavs, Monsters, and Gladiators rule, Cleveland, City of Champions. Cleveland is the best location in the nation on the north coast of America. New York is the Big Apple. Cleveland is a plum. Before you know it, it'll be opening day 2019. Go Tribe. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. God bless you. Take care, and I'll see you next time.